Your movies suck. You're trash.
I mean, I have seen like, you know, not the best Rob. You know,
Sure.
He's had some movies where I'm like, now you know you didn't need to do this.
I mean, listen, Robert, he got what, 23 kids or something like that?
He just had one. He got like a 6-month-old.
Exactly.
That's
so
nasty.
he said, I got to keep making this money, okay? He said, I got to keep making this money.
Is his baby mama black? His new one? I know his ex-wife is black, but
I don't know. I think the new baby mama is a white girl. He kept it in the family this time.
damn. Yo.
Okay.
Please.
Sure. I think we can just start the show after that. Yeah.
Might as well.
Might as well. All right. Hey guys.
Hey,
Sharelle, I'm sorry. Don't make me laugh. I'm sorry.
Hey everyone.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
I'm your girl Sierra T.
And I'm your girl Sharelle B.
And this is Headwraps and Lipstick
Ooh,
the
child,
podcast.
but we wrap the culture up in color.
Yes, ma'am.
Damn.
I don't know what episode this is.
I feel like it's episode 14.
I want to say 15.
Let's go. Hold on.
It's giving me
roll.
15.
You're absolutely right.
Like, Mom, get out of my room.
Yeah,
You know.
it's 15.
Yeah. Episode 15 in the building.
Blah.
All of that good stuff.
Yeah.
No announcements. So we just going to jump right into it.
Yep.
Sis, what can you wrap your head around?
You know, mine is real simple this week. I can't wrap my head around extra charges. Like, went to Chopped. Like, the spicy chicken ranch has me in a chokehold. It's really, really good, kind of light.
Okay.
But they have grape tomatoes in it, so I always take them out. And then as you want to substitute, so I added cucumbers and a little bit of bacon bits. And they said bacon bits is going to be extra.
Yes, because they said a substitute. They didn't say substitutes.
No. Bacon in general, if you add bacon, it's just extra.
Oh.
And I'm just kind of like, for what? Like, what? I don't, you know, I'm just kind of sick of capitalism right now.
I feel that.
Because, like, I just don't think there's, like, I'm looking at this full pallet of bacon bits. They're about this small, and you're going to charge me a whole extra $2.50? And I don't like, I can't wrap my head around extra charges. I just think it's egregious, and I don't like it, and they can fight me, for real.
Maybe there's a shortage on pork.
It's not. It's not. It's a shortage on affordable bacon, but
First of all, have you bought bacon by the pack in general lately? It's expensive.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's almost enough to stop eating pork.
And
Oh, no?
I will. You know what? I had this argument with, was it my mom or I was like, I don't really like pork. Is not really like a thing for me.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I don't do pork. I'm gonna eat ham when the time is right. You know, if somebody's frying a pork chop, sure, but you're not really gonna catch me frying pork chops. But I'm not giving up bacon.
Yeah, bacon is the last pork thing I actually still eat. And it's not like you said, it's not no.
Yeah.
It's just like after over the years, ham was like, I don't know about that.
Oh. I mean, I guess it was like, you know, because we only get ham like for Thanksgiving and, you know, maybe a little Easter ham.
Oh, that makes sense. I would eat if I would make a sandwich and I would get
real?
deli meat ham.
Oh, no, I do. Now that I do.
Yeah.
If I'm ordering a Jersey Mike sandwich, it got to be ham.
Really?
And turkey on it. Yeah. But it's not, you know, I'm just not down for the extra charges. Like, don't charge me for that shit. Don't extra charge me for that shit.
Right.
That's just really how I feel.
I feel you. I mean, that's with anything. I mean, extra charge. Oh my God, you know what we should have added to the list?
What? You got time?
What's it? Ticketmaster. Somebody was it the Department of Justice is suing Ticketmaster for all the extra exorbitant fees that they charge you when you're checking out. Which, yo.
And if that's the case, you need to add Airbnb to that. Add, because like you're cleaning fee. You could be cleaning that shit.
Listen,
you bought the property.
It's crazy to me. when I paid, okay, so all y'all know me, Sharelle, Naomi, and Demetrius, we all went to go see Beyonce. So I actually paid for it. And when I tell you, I was like, I could have had more money in my account.
Because of the fees?
Because of the fees.
Wow.
The fees were like another like extra $200 and something.
I'm not, it's getting out of pocket. They need, and I hope that this lawsuit with Ticketmaster, I hope that it also goes with like the amount of people overselling.
Yes.
Or like getting the tickets. Cause like I have tickets for major artists later on. And when I say it took me. It took me forever. And I'm just,
I believe it.
I'm just praying that everything works out. But I don't know.
I believe it. Yeah.
I don't like it. But that's what I can't wrap my head around. I ain't gonna front. To this point, even with like Tissa Math, I'll be like, do I really need to see this person? I gotta pay a whole extra $50 for walking fees, practice fees for the artist. Like, man, get the heck out of here. But I guess that's how they get rich. I don't know.
It's a lot.
It's crazy.
It's a lot.
What about you? What can't you wrap your head around?
Mine is pretty simple too. I got a lot of book mail this past weekend.
She got some dope books.
Yes, and so one of them, I got a book box for Charlamagne the God's new book. Listen, okay. Now, I understand that Charlamagne the God is a polarizing figure. Not a big fan of him myself. So, however, I got the box. I opened it up on camera. I'm showing everything that came with it because it came with 2 shot glasses. It came with the book. It came with 2 shot glasses, and it came with some liquor.
What kind of liquor?
Casa Dragones.
Oh, okay, cool.
Some tequila or whatever.
Nice.
So, I posted the video or whatever, and it was mixed with a whole bunch of other stuff. So it wasn't like I was just opening that box on the camera. It was a whole bunch of other stuff I opened up.
Yeah.
So someone in the comment was like, friend, why are we supporting Charlamagne the God? And for me, I was like, is it support if I'm just opening the box and showing you what's inside of it?
True.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Like, furthermore, it's just like, as I say all the time, this whole internet, social media presence is so weird because it's like, you're damned if you do, if you're damned if you don't. Like, it's like, I want to make sure that I'm keeping really good relationships with these publishers. You know what I'm saying? And like, at the same time, I also understand, because I'm not a big fan of Charlamagne the God either. I don't even really listen to the show that much. You know what I'm saying? But I thought the box was dope. And I wanted to share it. Yeah. And my thing is like, you don't have to go out and buy the book. Right. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go out and buy the book.
I feel that.
I
feel that.
I don't know. It's like, wait.
I think there's just like, there's literally no boundaries anymore. And there's really no more lines or anything when it comes to social media. It's, to your point, it's just damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, right. I saw something on Twitter. Somebody was arguing about something. I don't know. And some man put in there like, as a straight man, this is crazy. And now the content had nothing to do with gay, right? It had nothing to do with sexuality. So somebody underneath the comment was like, why did you feel the need to insert your sexuality into this? And I was kind of like, ditto. But when I say it took away from the original content, I was just like, damn.
Exactly. It's like, I posted this innocent video. I even took a shot of the liquor on the video.
I saw that. I was proud of you.
I did my best.
You did. You did really, really well.
I did my best.
I was like, look at her.
I had the spirit of Sharelle in me.
Look
at
at her
moment.
drinking.
I was.
I sit over there like a proud. Look at her drinking.
I did the best I could.
Double tap.
I did the best I could. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a fun thing. It came with these like little cards with questions, so I like incorporated that. It's like, I never said like, hey, go buy this book, you should read it. I said this was in the box. And it's like, you also got to think about like language when you're making these videos. And I'm very like, I'm always making sure I'm not saying anything that's like, if I know I'm like dealing with something or someone that's a polarizing figure.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying certain words. And I never said when opening that box, that, yo, you should go buy this book, you should try. I never said that. I never said that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That kind of pissed me off. And
I get it.
And I talked to like some of my friends who are also bookish in the bookish space, and they were like, "Girl, it ain't that serious, Block them." They were like, "You should just block them."
Listen, this is Team Block over here.
For real.
Okay.
So that's what that pissed me off. But
I feel that.
Yeah. It's also, what else? You know what's put me off?
What?
We went to go see The Strangers, and that movie fucking sucked.
Yeah.
That pissed me off.
Yeah, I was really excited to see The Stranger Chapter 1, and it just was not scary like the original was. But you know what? I also think the original was scary, sis.
Oh.
It was. It was traumatizing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it kind of like, for me, I think it kind of just shows, I'm not attacking the whole movie industry, but like things just need to stay where they are. The original Strangers came out sometime in like the early 2000s, I believe.
Let's Google it.
And then a sequel came out damn near 15, almost 20 years later.
Wait, there's a sequel?
Yeah, there's The Strangers.
2008?
2008.
Is this the first one?
Yep.
Okay, the first one came out 2008. Okay.
And then the second one came, Pray at Night.
That came out
10 years later.
I did not know there was a part 2.
And it was trash. It was horrible. So now here we are in 2024. You have The Strangers Chapter 1, which is supposed to talk about how they got started. And in my opinion, I think that the writers kind of got lost in the script writing, because if you're talking about something, if you want to know how they got started, I shouldn't have been seeing like smartphones. There was ways to do... Man,
you get
okay,
I see what you're saying. You're a real fan of this movie.
I am.
You are. Because I forgot all about
this. Is supposed to be the point. This is supposed to be from how they got started. So the way how the movie started with that man being chased in the woods, and it was only 2 of them. I was like, oh, okay. And things just kind of got lost in translation. So yeah, The Strangers, people call me. I'm not gonna write a script, but like I just kind of want to give y'all some feedback.
I can help write the script. I wanted more gore. I wasn't intrigued by the gore or any like what and I know it's not gory like Saw is, but it was like the killings were whack.
Oh yeah, the killings were they were the way that the movie ended.
Oh my God, that pissed me off.
Very disappointed. I was like,
this is it?
That's what y'all gonna do?
I don't know. And also, spoiler alert, you still don't know who the killers are.
Yeah, we never are.
But we also don't understand why they're doing it.
And exactly.
And like I feel like you kind of have to know who the killers are so you can know why they're doing it. Or at some point, like we don't get any backstory.
Because they were home.
Anyway.
That's what they said.
This isn't a movie podcast.
Sorry, yeah.
Shout out to Kevin Wilson, though.
Shout out to Kevin Wilson. See you at the wedding. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to wait to see Bad Boys now, so.
Oh, I will be right up in there. Me and my besties. This is a lifelong thing. We've seen all the other ones together.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
you haven't seen all the other ones because the first one came out, y'all.
Well, all right. Well, first of all, you don't have to like.
No, I'm saying
no, you don't have to do that.
No, I was the same age. I didn't see it in movies. I didn't see it till.
Well, I didn't see the first one in movies, and you want to be so goddamn technical about
appropriate.
But I did see 2 and 3 with my best friends, and so this is like a tradition now. So we kind of have to continue.
I'm gonna go see with Brandon. That's like one of his favorite movie franchises.
Word.
He's John Wick. All the Fast and the Furious is.
Really? What a commitment.
Girl.
What a commitment.
He thinks he's Vin Diesel for real. Oh. John Wick, Fast and Furious, all the rush hours, like he could just be in the bathroom just reciting lines that Chris Tucker, like, he'll just be in there like, slow down, baby. Like, you'll be like, who you talking to? Like, he just be in there talking. And the Bad Boys, he has all the movies, so that's his thing. For him. So we're excited.
I love that for him.
We're excited, and we're going to see that new Poppy, like,
That new who?
What's his name? Mike Lowry's son now.
Woo! Jesus.
What's his name?
I don't know, but I'm in there. That's the reason why I'm trying to see that in HD. I'm saying 4K.
Yeah, he look good.
1080p.
I like it.
8K.
I like it a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Not pixelated at all.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
No, I get it.
That man, listen, when he came on that screen, the whole audience said...
Me and Simone was like,
oh.
Who is that?
Listen, the whole audience was thirsting.
I will say, again, not a movie podcast, and we can move on. I do think that... the way that the Bad Boys, because I was kind of worried about the third one. I was like, what we doing here?
Yeah.
But that spin and even the new team, great addition.
I'm about to spoil the third one, but when they killed the captain, that one hurt.
I'm hearing some things. Apparently, he might not be really dead.
They burnt it.
Apparently, he's not really. This is what just... Apparently, if you watch the trailer, apparently he might not really be dead. He might be hiding from some people. Listen,
didn't they do a funeral for him in the third movie? I can't remember.
There's a lot of people that have funerals that are still walking around here.
Anyway, I can't wait to see it. Will
She about to watch the trailer. We get.
I am. I'm sure.
Like I missed something.
Listen, I got to go back. I haven't even really seen the trailer. I just knew I was going to go see it, and Will Smith looks so good. Oof. Oh my God. I see why Jada ain't going nowhere, even though she cheated on him a couple of times or whatever. I wouldn't leave either.
You know what?
At all.
We got it.
I get it.
Babe, we don't need no more red table talks.
All right, let's finally get into the show. Yes. It is time for Bussin' Ballots. AK-47.
I'm sorry, gun laws.
Yeah.
All right. We moving down the alphabet.
Yes.
We are in O and P. So we're gonna cover Oregon and Pennsylvania. And honestly, a little light. Not as heavy as it has been the last couple weeks,
Good
honestly.
To know. Good to know.
Okay, because all right.
Listen.
So Oregon, they have a great new bill where they are focusing on mental health in schools, which is very, very, very important. So shout outs to Oregon, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So U.S. Representative Andrea Salinas is pushing legislation that would expand health services offered in public schools with the goal of reaching children and youth with mental health and addiction challenges early in life. She's made behavioral health a priority during her first term as a congresswoman for the 6th congressional district, which includes Polk and Yale. Okay, whatever. Mm-hmm. She's co-sponsoring bills that will put $300 million in federal funding in place for school-based health centers that serve students, often in low-income families, and provide mental health care services for students.
Okay.
Mental health providers often at federally backed health centers that serve low-income people set up the clinics in schools and work with students who are often on Medicaid. The clinics then provide a variety of services from physicals and treatments for minor injury to drugs and alcohol counseling. Then they'll also receive reimbursement through Medicaid and other insurance policies, but often that's not enough to break even. So they would need federal support to be sustainable.
Okay.
This is amazing. So as a co-sponsor, it would also allocate $300 million nationwide so public schools could work with mental health providers to have on-site health services for students.
That's wait. Are there not school nurses and stuff like that anymore?
So nurses. Now we're talking about mental health. Now we're talking about mental health professionals.
You're right.
The bill is also sponsored by U.S. Representative Barbara Lee, who you know was potentially going to be taking over for Kamala Harris, but that didn't happen. Mm-hmm. Would make $100 million available to states annually would make $100 million available to states annually for each of the next 4 years.
Oh, wow.
The health centers in schools help students to stay healthy, but offering preventive services and reduce stigmas in the case of those who need mental health or addiction treatment. Shout out to you, Representative Salinas.
I love that. I hope it gets passed. This is in Oregon?
This is in Oregon.
Okay. So
you see what happens when you have lawmakers who actually want to make a difference when they get into office. You're talking about this is the type of bill in your first year.
I love it.
Of being a congresswoman. That is amazing. Mm-hmm. And it's something that's needed, especially when it comes to these young kids. I mean, look at what's going on across the country. All these school shootings. These kids really have issues. And I think it's a time where I think it's been really interesting watching us as millennials become the new parents.
Ooh, yeah.
Because we grew up with parents in Gen X and millennials who...
And boomers.
And boomers. I'm sorry, what did I say? Millennials?
Yeah.
And boomers who kind of passed over mental health. Like if you really were feeling type of way, you'll be all right. Drink some ginger ale, cut it out, you know. Now, as millennials, we understand that it's like sometimes you just need a minute.
For sure.
I remember when I was watching, I'm kind of rewatching Sister again.
Okay.
Every now and then. And there was an episode where the girls were really stressed out about some tests that they had to take. Mm-hmm. Like was bugging out about it. They were being burnt out. And Lisa went to school and bailed, just kind of let them play hooky for the day. Yeah. They went to this mall, wherever they wanted to do. Ray had a fit. But back then, it was like Ray was represented that boomer. Like, no, they need to be in school. They need to learn, da-da-da-da. And Lisa was like, but are they really focusing on it if they're just burnt out?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just one day. Yeah. It's not that big a deal. So I think adding mental health services in school, so maybe they're not being ridiculed for missing a day of school and then, they don't graduate because they didn't meet the attendance quota.
Yep.
Let's have mental health services, mental health counselors in school who can, who are just available to really help these kids just navigate through different troubles they have in life, especially for those in low income households.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I love the idea of that. I actually agree 100% with what you said. I think when it comes to like Gen X and Boomers, their parents wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. Like it's a completely different time, and I know as much as we like to, come down on them for that, they were only given so many tools to navigate this world. So
facts.
We meet them where they at. Hopefully they can learn on meeting us where we at. Yeah. That's another.
And it's hard. I mean, I'm still trying to help my parents understand boundaries. My dad will make fun of me also, like, oh, am I crossing a boundary? I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the boomers love to make fun of you for that. Boomers, Gen X's, oh, are you upset?
Yeah.
Are you going to cry now? Like, actually, yes.
My mom will really be like, you going to talk about this to your therapist? You goddamn right I am.
And it's like, now you're using it as a dig. What is going on right now? I'm being emotional and I'm being vulnerable with you. And you are roasting me. I'm sorry, am I middle school now? Is my mom the middle school bully? What's happening?
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, am I crossing a boundary? You are. But then, I'm just saying. I just said you're crossing a boundary. I'm just going to start playing Duran Bernard boundaries with them. I'm just going to press play when somebody crosses a boundary, straight up and down.
Yeah, my dad is also good for crossing and saying, oh, are you upset?
I refuse to believe Mr. Brian does that. I refuse.
Seriously? Yeah. You've been on the phone with him. You know how he sounds. So you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself.
He's just freaking hilarious.
Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, sure.
The dads are funny. Like
whatever.
The dads get older, they get funny. You be like,
oh my God.
Like, please.
A mess.
But shout out to Oregon. I think this is like good use of your time, especially ahead of this political season that we're in. Ooh. So shout out to you, Oregon. Shout out to you, Representative Barbara Lee in California, and Representative Salinas in Oregon. So now we're gonna move into Pennsylvania. Did you know that in Pennsylvania, children under 8 don't have to be in a car seat in some trucks?
Trucks?
Yeah.
What do you mean, like some truck?
Like your Tacomas, your beloved F-150s.
You know how I feel about them damn cars.
I know. Why is everybody calling me on Tuesdays? It's all good. So that is something. Young children are not required to be fastened in car seats in some common pickup trucks.
Why?
However, there's a new bill that could change that. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I just feel like
that don't make no sense. I'm sorry.
No, I'm with you.
I keep interrupting you because it's pissing me off.
No, I get it because it's like a child under 8. Like, why? I mean, you should have a seatbelt on at all
times.
So, okay, I'm just gonna read. So, Pennsylvania drivers in most passenger vehicles now must secure children under 8 with a properly fitting car seat or booster seat until the child outgrows it.
Right.
The use of car seats and seat belts is not required in trucks weighing more than 7,000 pounds, however. This means that drivers of some diesel variants of heavy-duty Chevy, GMC, and Ford trucks, in addition to all the electric GMC Hummer EV and Chevrolet Silverado EV, are not required to buckle in their young occupants.
But what? Like what? So if you're gonna give me this, I need facts. I need science behind this. I need to see the test dummy records as to why you think children 8 and under do not need to be buckled in. Are they not flying through the window still, even if they're not buckled in to a car seat? Are they not being shaken up when the car goes roll? I need receipts. Because this doesn't make any sense to me.
You and Representative Joe McAndrew, he is the one that is proposing new legislation to change that. And I quote, he said, "It's really something that's pretty wild to me that we don't have these protections for certain vehicles. Adding these protections, making sure our kids are safe on the road is very vital." So you and Representative McAndrew.
Wait, clearly we here.
You know what I'm saying? So with his legislation, if it were to become a law, would apply the current seatbelt and car seat laws to all road-going trucks with passenger compartments. Now, of course, there's opposition on the other side of the aisle. The Republican Representative Aaron Bernstein, like the Bernstein Bears, he opposed the measure because of what he said were in its broad applications. So I'm going to read this. Automobile manufacturers' work trucks are not built to haul kids. I can tell you that with some of my real estate work as well as agriculture.
Okay.
So he said it's a well-intentioned bill that is something that ultimately would not be helpful.
Why would it not be helpful?
Hear me out, Representative Bernstein. I'm not going to say I get what you're saying. I get where you're going with that, but think about a person who has one of these trucks, who's a construction worker, gets a phone call from their kid's school saying that little Timmy, little Susie got a tummy ache, and I got to pick him or her up from school. Mm-hmm. What, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of what car these kids are in, they should be in a seatbelt. I don't care what they are. I don't.
This literally makes no sense to me.
It doesn't. Pennsylvania's motor vehicle code defines a truck as a motor vehicle primarily used for the transportation of property, including those with removable seatbelts. It's not clear if SUVs are included in that definition or if a pickup truck used for commuting and other non-commercial purposes would meet that definition.
You know, if we just ban pickup trucks, we wouldn't even have to have this conversation.
Brandon's going to be really upset with you that you said that.
Brandon needs to grow up.
Like, we rented a truck and now he wants to get a Toyota Tacoma.
Why does he need that? Is he hauling? Is he doing farm work? Is he hauling hay to the farm to feed the cows and the horses?
I mean, maybe one day we might have a farm. You know, I need a bunch of cows to like cuddle with and stuff. So I don't know.
I hate this so much.
Yeah, I don't.
Pennsylvania, don't piss me off.
Well, the bill passed without debate by 124 to 78 margin. Good. However, I'm with you. Like, why is there? Who decided that kids under 8 don't need seatbelts and pickup trucks?
That is some bizarre. I don't understand. Further, we're straying further and further away from God's light. I don't understand. How did we get here?
I don't know.
Y'all really don't like your kids.
That's what it's giving.
You really don't like your kids. If that's the case, just go and give them up for adoption.
Yeah, because
I'm not understand. Like, I don't understand.
So I'm wondering, and I mean, I might be dragging it right now, but I'm like, you know, for newborns, when you come from a hospital,
just had a newborn out there, just all.
If the father, I mean, you know, if the father has a pickup truck, what are you saying?
You can just hold the baby. Oh, because it don't need to be in a seatbelt.
Well,
it don't need to be in a seatbelt. You can just hold it.
Yeah, I don't understand.
In the front with the mom, craziness.
Work trucks are not built to haul kids. I mean, and that's very true. But at the end of the day,
it's still a moving vehicle.
Right, it's a vehicle
that can get into a car accident.
Correct.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because God forbid if I'm on a, let's just happen to say I'm driving.
Yeah.
A pickup truck. Ew, by the way, disgusting.
Damn. What if you had a rental and that was like the only like thing that you could get?
I'm setting it on fire. So
wow.
We have to have a talk. Because that's my deal breaker.
I feel you. That's how I feel about yellow cars. I get it. Sorry, I don't like yellow cars.
So red. Why you don't like my favorite color car?
I don't. Unless it's Bumblebee, like if we Transformers, that's about it. Like
I don't understand this.
I just think that they're ugly. I really do. I don't like yellow cars.
Don't piss me off. Sorry. Anyway, let's say I was driving a Ford Tour or a Ford pickup, whatever, and maybe I did something stupid. I accidentally stopped on a railroad track, and a train is coming, and I have a 7-year-old in the back with me. They don't have a seatbelt on. Lord knows what could happen. Right. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, none of this stuff makes sense to me.
What if that child has special needs as well? Like, and they might not understand like safety.
Girl.
You know what I mean?
I hate it.
They don't want us on the House of Representatives floor. I'm gonna be like, y'all hear yourselves?
Y'all sound absolutely ridiculous.
Y'all sound dumb as hell.
So you hate your kids? So you hate kids?
Just say that.
Say that.
Say that.
Say that.
You hate your kids.
You hate your kids. You hate your kids, and you hate everybody else's kids.
Yeah, it's fine.
And you want them all to die.
You were team fuck them kids. It's cool.
Say that. Say it.
We can move on.
We can move on.
Well, don't move on from ballotpedia.org.
Go on,
Please
segue.
make sure that you go on that site so you can see what kind of random legislations your state is talking about, and make sure that you have valid representatives like Representative Salinas and Representative McAndrew, who are kind of like, hello, we kind of need some resources here to protect children. Mental health resources and seatbelts.
Yeah, who knew?
Yeah. So make sure you go into ballotpedia.org. Make sure that you're telling your friends to tell a friend to tell their friends to subscribe to Headwraps and Lipsticks, the podcast, because we have an awesome segment called Bussin Ballots, and we're schooling you on this crazy legislation.
For sure.
So.
For sure you're right on.
That's that.
For sure. Woo. Okay.
Now,
what are our political hot topics?
Nothing too crazy besides Robert De Niro having time today. So Robert De Niro, okay, let me back up. So you guys know that Donald Trump is on trial for the hush money situation with Stormy Daniels in New York City, causing a ruckus, okay? We also know that actor Robert De Niro has been very outspoken on how he feels about Donald Trump. Literally, that nigga... Literally, that's what he's saying in so many words. So he decided to pull up to the trial today along with Harry Dunn, who is running for office in Maryland, and the other cop who were there on January 6th.
Michael Fanone.
Michael Fanone. Both of them did testify under oath a couple years ago. I can't believe it's almost been, 4 years now?
That's crazy.
4 years since January 6th, 2021. So, so he had some things that he had to say, and things got a little out of pocket.
On January 6th, while Republican lawmakers despicably tried to keep the loser Trump, in the White House, and Trump-inspired insurrectionists stormed the Capitol, brave men and women from law enforcement put their lives on the line to defend this country, our democracy. They are the true heroes. These guys are the true heroes. They stood and put their lives on the line for these lowlives, for Trump.
They lied under oath.
They lied under oath. Right. Who lied under oath? What are you telling me?
Those two traitors behind you.
Excuse me?
Those two traitors behind you.
They lied under oath?
That's right.
What are you saying?
They're traitors.
They're traitors. You gotta, I don't know, I don't even know how to deal with you, my friend. I don't even know how to deal with you. They stood there, they didn't have to. And there were other ones in there who probably were in with them a little bit too, and they found a way to get around. Not these guys. They stood there and fought for us, for you. For you.
They weren't fighting for me.
No, they fought for you, buddy. You're able to stand right here now.
So, of course, obviously the MAGAs were there supporting their beloved leader, Donald Trump. And they had some things to say about Robert De Niro. They said he's a bad actor. Yeah, things got out of pocket as he was walking away. It got kind of crazy.
Democrats, you are gangsters. You are gangsters.
You're washed up.
Fuck you.
Fucking DeNiro. You're a little punk. You're a softy. You're a nobody. Your movies suck. You're trash. You're trash. You're done. You're done after this guy, guys. You're done.
Don't start lying on us.
Good old New York.
Good old New
York. From the car alarm in the back room of the first
yeah,
video.
that was really irritating.
Yo, to the dude
like,
saying,
turn your fucking alarm off.
it was
You know that's your car. Turn that shit off.
very much city life right there.
It really was.
Pure city life right there. Y'all know I agree with Robert.
I mean, who wouldn't? Like,
MAGAs.
yeah, because I just, I was telling sis that I don't think there's anything wrong with being a conservative. You want to be a Republican, you want to be a conservative based off the principles that the Republican Party was founded on. That's your business. There's nothing wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with just having conservative mindset.
Sure.
Sometimes, okay. But the extremism, sitting there and calling those two men who put their lives on the line.
Saying that they lied under oath.
Saying they lied under oath and calling them traitors.
That's crazy. To who?
Right. Like who? Like traitors to Donald Trump?
Because I know you're not talking about traitors to the country.
Right.
Because, okay.
They're police officers. So when you need help, I know you ain't calling Ghostbusters. One of them might show up at your door. Are they traitors then?
Quickly. And answer quickly.
That's my whole thing when it comes to MAGAs. I'm just kind of like, what is going on with y'all?
They in a cult, girl.
No, I really do. I honestly, I'm starting to believe that because it's just I'm not understanding. Like y'all don't have a job. Y'all took off to stand outside the courtroom, to stand outside a courtroom and berate Robert De Niro.
They're in a cult.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
It really is insanity. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I really do feel like they are kind of prolonging these trials. Like, can we wrap it up?
Yes.
Like, let's wrap it up.
Expeditiously.
I did see a little bit of report earlier. I think it was from either the New York Post. Don't quote me on this. Mm-hmm. So I'll just say I saw something earlier, a report that apparently Secret Service officials have been speaking with law enforcement about arrangements if Trump potentially goes behind bars. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Arrangements for what? Him
being in jail. Now, to your point, it's not like Secret Service is going to be in there with him. So I don't know what the arrangements are. He goes in a cell. 23,
You can't,
23 days, 23 hours a day.
You can't run for president once you're a felon or whatever, right?
Well, that's what Maine and Colorado were trying to say with the 14th Amendment about striking an insurrection. And the Supreme Court told them that they cannot take him off the ballot. This is what's going on. You want to sit here and talk. This is also my problem with MAGA. You want to sit here and say that the Constitution, the values of this country, blah, 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 blah. You're literally violating the verbiage in the Constitution. The 14th Amendment literally states a person who starts an insurrection, which the entire world saw, cannot run for office. Yet we are sitting here. This man had to somehow schedule a debate with the current president on a Wednesday because he's off, like President Biden loved to say. I heard you're free on Wednesdays. Because he's on trial. And this is just one of like 4. He got other trials that he got to deal with.
You know what's funny to me is that these same people who are like MAGA cultists or whatever, before Trump, these would have been the same people who are like, we need to uphold the values of the Constitution. Right. And now that y'all are trying to overthrow the Constitution and certain amendments, this is crazy to me, which lets me know that, y'all really are hypocrites.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's very, very strange to me.
It's very odd. Yeah. I don't understand it, but, carry on. Y'all are just weird.
I hate
just berating Robert De Niro for what? I really don't understand it. Don't understand it. Also don't understand this new agenda of black men.
Oh my God.
Not all black men. Let me preface, not all black men. But this new agenda of black men just kind of being on. For me, it's the choice of platform that you're on. You're going on the Steve Bannon podcast to talk about...
Who is this?
So he is a Minnesota Republican congressional candidate. His name is Royce White. For some reason, he was on the Steve Bannon podcast. Horrible audio. And it was horrible. And he had something to say about women.
Continue on to say cultural issues as a code word for rube, white, rural, Christian, heterosexual, male, nationalist, that are just focused on their wives being too mouthy, sir.
Yeah. Well, look, let's just be frank. Women have become too mouthy. As the black men in the room, I'll say that. I don't know whether we're talking white men or Asian men or black men or so on and so forth, but no, I'm serious. I mean, there was the thing that is scary about it, and then I say this, and people will go, "Oh,
hold it." Can I officially say that Joy Reid's Black Girl Magic does not work with Royce White? Can we just? I just want to make sure. Don't take it from me. I just want Royce to say it.
You know you're gonna send me off. You go to Joy Reid, and if she's wearing a white woman's wigs, you're gonna piss me off this afternoon. I'm having a beautiful day without thinking about that scam. But what what I'll say is, you take a operation like the Rockefeller Foundation and their grassroots fundamental support and sponsorship of the early women's rights movement, and their involvement with the inception of the Federal Reserve, and the ability of the Federal Reserve to tax the American working class twice with the insertion of women into the workplace. Now, I know we could look at World War II and say, hey, women had to step into the workplace because of the war. But when you look at the inception of the war, there might have been an economic incentive there as well. So, I mean, these things have a history. And the people like Joy-Ann Reid, they're banking on the fact that the modern American citizen is too hard up financially, too demoralized spiritually, and too busy in their everyday logistics, whether it be with family or kids, or God forbid, going to the next Brazilian butt lift celebrity doctor to look into the history.
Oh my gosh, Sharelle, what the fuck?
Like,
Was it the 7 circles, the 9 circles of hell?
I don't fucking know.
What is this?
I don't know. I had to look up exactly.
I've never seen this light-skinned man before.
Never seen him. So first of all, he's a former basketball player.
Oh, shit.
He actually played 3 games for the Sacramento Kings.
Before they ditched him?
Basically.
Love that for him.
For
them. Good for you, Kings.
In 2022, he announced his candidacy for U.S. House of Representatives in Minnesota's 5th congressional district. Not to mention, Minnesota is heavily representative by minority women, which he lost in the primary to Cicely Davis, a woman. So that's why he's mad. Ooh. And now he has announced his candidacy for the 2024 United States Senate election in Minnesota. Yeah. And he has 4 kids.
4 baby mamas too?
I don't know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a misandrist. I have to keep saying that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to keep going back to my point over and over again about this. I've said it many times before. I clearly have to keep reiterating it. Black men aligning themselves with white men is an issue. We're going to take it back to the slavery days, okay?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It feels like sometimes, not all black men,
right,
that those who have the chip on their shoulder are really, really upset that they don't get the privileges that white men have.
Facts.
And we also have to think about, like, how detrimental slavery was to black people, so much so that as much as black men want to be this head of household, alpha omega, I make all the rules thing, that does not work in the black society.
Right.
Black community is matriarchal. And I don't know how many more times I have to say that.
Yes.
And I think that black women get the brunt of that feeling because black men see how horrible white men can treat their white women and wish they could do the same to us and get away with it.
Right.
And that's not what it is.
Right.
I feel like when we're listening to like these really strange talking points or these people who like to like really sell black women down a river, it's always some hint of self-hatred. And even though he is light-skinned, it feels like he still hates a part of himself of having to deal with this.
Because I'm like, even that dig at Joy-Ann Reid, like, where did that, what?
He said that she was wearing a white man's wig, but you're on a white man's podcast down talking black women, and I can even go as far as to say Gary Owens was on Shannon Sharp's podcast. 2 weeks ago? Told Shannon Sharp, the darkest nigga you've seen on TV since Wesley Snipes, said to his face that you're not standing up for black women, said that shit on the air.
Sure did.
So,
sure did.
Shit's really fucking weird to me.
Sure did.
It's really fucking weird to me. And I'm going to say again, it's not all men, but those of you who feel this way, you guys feel very strongly about it, and you need to fix it. Listen, at the end of the day, You guys want black women to bring down their shine, bring down their know-how, bring down their business acumen so that you can shine. What you need to be doing is getting off these fucking podcasts and get your ass in school. Get a degree, get a certificate, do something. Step your pussy up, nigga. Why are you a loser? You worried about what's going on over here, and that's your fucking problem. Your problem is that you're too worried about what black women are doing. You're not doing the shit that you need to do to make this community a better community. And that's all I have to say about that. I'm done.
Like that lady with the yellow.
With the yellow bonnet.
Literally.
She was like, because it's like, y'all, it's like, this is a conversation. And I told y'all, what was that? Like a couple weeks ago where I said to y'all, black men are going to start showing up in these spaces, and they're going to start trying to make it turn black men against black women to get that Republican vote this year. That's what the fuck I said. I said that shit.
I just feel like it's just like with black men, not all of you, again, some of you, it's like there's no in between. You're either like Royce White, Tim Scott, Wesley Hunt, Byron Donalds, or you're like Umar Johnson. There's no, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no
nice middle ground.
There's no in between. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's very weird to me. Like I'm not understanding why you can't be like Common or I don't even know.
Exactly.
I don't even know.
We don't have any examples.
I don't even have an example.
We don't have any examples.
But I'm just kind of like,
we have real life examples, but y'all don't know these niggas.
Right. You know, we're not talking about our dads.
No, right.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
Young Citizen is a great example.
That is a great example. What up? Or Kevin Wilson.
Kevin
like we
Wilson,
talked about.
yes.
Like it doesn't. It's just, I don't know.
It just gets it's really weird to me. And I've been telling y'all this, and we've been telling y'all to watch out for this. And here it is. It's full circle now. Like, this is going to start popping up more and more and more the closer we get to election season. And I really just need black men to pay attention. They're trying to use you and use your hate and your vitriol for black women and the matriarchal black community to garner your Republican vote.
And then they're mimicking you. You know what I'm saying? I told you about Byron Donalds, Wesley Hunt, Tim Scott, and this new YouTube show that they have that literally is trying to mimic the barbershop scene, saying that it's a safe space. So they're trying to mimic the LeBron James and, you know, the Shop and all these other podcasts of the world. It's not working though. Like that, because that's a real safe space for black men to really discuss some of the issues, even though y'all let other people in. But that's a real safe space for them to discuss issues that they resonate with. Those men that I named cannot walk into a barbershop on Beatty's Ford Road.
No.
And talk about, even though they probably have lived some of the same trials, they're not living in them today. They're not living in them today. It's not going to happen. But they're mimicking you. Because at the end of the day, there are some people, you know what? I do understand what Tim Scott's talking about. No, you don't. No, you don't.
And what does that mean? What is it? And this is what I also want y'all to think about. Think about, like, what does it mean for them to diminish you to something so small as, like, a pair of sneakers. A pair of sneakers. They thought y'all were going to go out and buy these sneakers and go crazy over it. Black men, your PR team needs to get to work. They think that y'all are the goofiest low-level niggas out here.
They really do.
They think y'all can fall easily for niggas in the barbershop talking. They think y'all can fall easily for buying a pair of sneakers. Your PR team needs some work.
Using felons at a Trump rally in the Bronx.
Because y'all can relate, allegedly.
In the Bronx.
Are you not offended?
That was the first time.
I'm offended for you.
I bet you that was the first time Donald Trump ever been to the Bronx.
Are you not offended? I'm offended for you. I'm actually
ashamed. I can't believe that actually happened. I don't even know how that happened.
They are laughing in your face. And here you are listening to these guys telling you.
On the Steve Bannon podcast, of all, you talk about QAnon at its finest. Ain't he about to go to jail?
Listen.
But that's the platform that man chose to go on. I don't know. I really don't know.
Y'all keep forgetting y'all niggas, and that's crazy to me.
Right.
Don't forget it.
I don't care.
Because the world won't let you. Okay, I'm done for real. I'm done for real now.
Okay, I know Kanye crazy, but he said it. Like, even if you want to binge, you still a nigga in a coop. Like, don't play with it.
Still a nigga.
I don't see what I'm saying. I don't know how we got from that to that. Anyways, you know what? Speaking of women being too mouthy, I come here embarrassed.
What? Oh, damn.
Because I actually, I asked this before we got, maybe I want her to teach me how to not be so optimistic and giving people a second chance, especially when it comes to politics. Because I'm quick to block people in real life. But, you know, remember when Nikki Haley was out here literally like kind of showing up for the girls? Like, I was like, wow, she actually the only one that got balls out here to stand up for these people. Well, I was wrong. Because she turned around. She was MIA for a minute. Then she comes out of nowhere and says, you know what, I am going to vote for Donald Trump. Damn. And I was like, really, sis? But that's my fault because I don't even understand why I trusted somebody from South Carolina. I don't know why I did that. I really don't. And it's really,
damn.
I don't want to say it's unsettling because I mean, not like she, you know, she's not running for president anymore or anything like that. But like, I don't know what Donald Trump has on the world. I really don't, because I don't understand. I don't understand how people are just so pussy these days that you gonna let this 77-year-old man sit here and talk about your whole family, everything that you love,
your mama, your wife,
your dead daddy, your grandkids, your kids. Even some of the people that you say you looked up to, John McCain, the last real Republican candidate that we actually really had, may he rest in peace.
Damn.
He talk about everything that you love, and then you get on national television in front of millions of people and say that you gonna vote for him because he's a Republican. When he's not. He's a MAGA. There's a difference. There's a difference between being a Republican and just having conservative viewpoints. And I know there are a few Republicans still out there that, you know, that do, you know, that have those type of ideologies. But this is a different situation. Completely situation. Now you're talking about, he's talking about, what's the name? Lil Marco Rubio is a candidate for VP on his short list of VP, but was talking big. He calls him Lil Marco. He called that grown man Lil Marco.
Lil Marco.
Come on, man. Nikki, I'm disappointed in you. But I'm also disappointed in myself that I actually, like, had any type of faith in you to, like, have some balls.
Damn.
So, that's all I had to say about that.
It's okay, sis.
You know, it's going to be fine because, you know, I don't get it.
It's okay.
I really don't understand. This man annihilate even, like, the worst of the worst is Vivek.
Oh,
it just looked like, he just looked like, that's what he sounds like anytime he talks.
I feel so sorry for my, my South Asian brothers and sisters. I am so, I know y'all embarrassed. Because they said to his face, I'm not going to vote for you. Because you're not white.
Literally. You really thought they were about to be out here calling you President Ramaswamy? Are you kidding me?
They're not having it.
It's not going to work.
They're not having it.
If they wouldn't let the former First Lady of the United States of America, the former Secretary of State, okay? The former Secretary of State become President of the United States, what makes you think? What makes you think? Okay? Are you kidding me?
They wouldn't even vote for a white woman.
A white woman who allowed her husband to cheat and forgave him. You feel what I'm saying, sis? The whitest of white women out there. They said, hell no. We'd rather have a criminal and a rapist in office than have a former Secretary of State who let her husband cheat on her, has all the political experience in the world, be president. And you thought they was going to let your ass become president with the last name Ramaswamy because you own a company?
Looking as dark as you do.
Are you kidding me?
He darker than both of us.
If we going to talk about it, with the Elvis haircut, get the fuck out of here.
He didn't even try. He should have changed his name to Victor. Victor something.
Still wouldn't have worked. That's too Italian. Too Italian.
Victor Roberts.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
They said to his face, we're not voting for you.
Absolutely not.
You're not white.
Sorry.
Damn, they said the quiet part out loud.
Okay.
That's crazy.
That's... I really need y'all to like wrap your eyes around that. The former Secretary of State wasn't good enough. But Vivek, you thought you had that shit in the bag.
Crazy.
Okay. And those who actually out here talking about Vivek for president,
You need to stop it.
grow up. Quickly.
I saw Hassan Minhaj in stand up. He had a lot to say about that shit.
Does he look good in person?
Oh my.
Because, I mean, he fine on camera. Like, that's a fine man right there.
You know, I had third row seats. I
so
wasn't
you
just-
got it close up in person.
Woo! He gave me eye contact.
Oh.
Whew.
You bagged?
He is married, girl.
Oh, never mind. He is?
Yes, girl. He got married with 2 children, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ooh, he bad though.
Yeah, he's
Ooh,
that's
Jesus.
a good looking man right
Yeah,
there.
it is.
That's a good looking man.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for the politics. That's it for the politics. We got a few things.
We might have to skip some of them though.
Okay.
But that's okay.
You know what? We kind of want to talk about AI taking over.
Oh my, this is important. We really need to talk about
This is important for show. For
show
show you're
right
right
on.
What is it?
For show you're right
For
on.
show you're right on.
Okay. So I was saying to sis last night, y'all know I spend a lot of time on TikTok. I don't care if fight me.
Right.
Anyway, I was on TikTok last night and I came across this interesting story about a black man getting revenge. It's kind of long, but I feel like I need to read it because it's whatever. Because it's a very good way for us to teach a lesson today. Okay? So I'm going to read the story and then I'm going to tell you what it is. This happened in Livonia, Michigan.
Okay.
Okay. A night meant for celebration turned into a horrific scene of violence when 45-year-old Douglas Barnes was arrested for the murder of 17-year-old Samantha McCaffrey at her high school prom.
Jesus.
The incident occurred on Friday evening outside of Livonia High School, leaving the community in shock and mourning. Samantha McCaffrey, daughter of Sergeant Mike McCaffrey of the Livonia Police Department, was stepping out of her limousine when Barnes, armed with an AK-47, opened fire, riddling the teenager with bullets.
Jesus.
Witnesses report that Barnes then sat and awaited the arrival of the police, repeatedly shouting, "An eye for an eye." The tragic event is believed to be rooted in a deadly encounter 4 years prior. In 2020, Sergeant McCaffrey fatally shot Barnes' son, 18-year-old Gino Barnes, during a traffic stop. The confrontation began over expired tags and escalated into a heated verbal argument. According to reports, Gino Barnes reached for his glove box to retrieve his insurance information, prompting McCaffrey to open fire. The sergeant was later acquitted of all charges, a verdict that left Douglas Barnes vowing revenge. Authorities revealed that Douglas Barnes had been meticulously tracking Sergeant McCaffrey's social media, learning of Samantha's upcoming prom.
Jesus.
On that fateful night, Barnes carried out his revenge plot, turning a night of joy into a nightmare. Livonia, a city with a troubling history as a sundown town where black residents were forced to leave by sunset or face violent repercussions, now grapples with a modern-day tragedy. The history of racial exclusion and violence in Livonia adds another layer of complexity to this heartbreaking story. Reactions from the community have been polarized. Some residents expressed a grim understanding of Barnes' actions. "I don't condone violence, but I understand his pain," said a local resident, Martha Jennings. "Losing a child in such a way, it's a parent's worst nightmare." Conversely, many believe Barnes' actions were beyond justification. "What he did is unforgivable," stated high school teacher Mark Reynolds. "He took an innocent life. Samantha had nothing to do with what happened to his son." As the investigation continues, Barnes is being held without bail and is expected to face multiple charges, including first-degree murder. His upcoming trial is anticipated to draw significant attention, reopening old wounds within the community and the McCaffrey family. Livonia Police Department has yet to release an official statement regarding the incident, while Sergeant McCaffrey remains on administrative leave. The McCaffrey family has requested privacy during this difficult time. This tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the deep scars left by unresolved grief and the dire consequences of vigilante justice. As Livonia grapples with its past and present, the community must now find a way to heal and ensure such violence never repeats. So it's like 11:30 when I see this story last night. And
Sounds
I'm
like the plot of Prom Night, low key.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
That's what it sounds like, low key.
So it's like 11:30 p.m. when I see the story at night. So it hadn't garnered that much attention. At that point, it had like maybe 10,000 views. Right now, it has. Hold on, if it's still up, because I screenshotted it just because.
Right.
Right now, it has. Oops, sorry. Well, shit. Right now, it has 2.7 million views, 150,000 likes. So, like I said, I'm up. It's 11:30. I'm like, this is interesting. Why haven't I heard of it? This would be national news.
Facts.
Right?
Like all facts.
So I go on my Googles. I'm Googling. I'm 11:30 at night. I just had a chocolate bar. I'm up.
That's what's
You
up.
know what I'm saying? I'm awake. I'm live.
Facts.
I'm Googling for 45 minutes. Can't find anything. Come to find out, this story is not real. It's fake. It's fake as fuck. The photo is AI. And if I could even go as far as to say that maybe this story was probably written in like ChatGPT.
I was gonna say, because.
But here's the thing. There are people in the comments saying, this is sad for both families, very sad. The sin of the father fell on his innocent daughter. Someone else said, cops in the justice system better think twice. People not playing anymore. Justice is served. What else? So sad, yet justice is served, an eye for an eye. So there are how many comments? There are 18,000 comments under this.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all, and I'm gonna put the picture up here. So the picture is of a black man, and there's like this little mini picture in the circle.
Yeah.
So as the father and the daughter allegedly. It's fake, and I can't help but think about literacy awareness, media awareness. We've talked about this before,
girl,
and that's the scary thing. Listen, this is the same shit that happened with Facebook in the political election. Okay. People seeing things and taking it as face value.
Girl.
Listen, there's no better time than now where you should absolutely be verifying anything that you see online to see if it is true.
Everything.
Because I read the story, I said, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah,
and at first I was like, oh, we have to talk about this on the podcast tomorrow.
Right.
I'm doing my Googling, I'm like, this shit's not real.
That's insanity.
That's wild to me.
You know, I have this conversation with my parents and some of the other adults in my family, like my aunt, stuff like that. My uncle's always sending me some stuff, and I'm like, this is not even real. And it concerns me because some people are so impressionable by things. And I'm like, I literally can imagine like my dad seeing that story and calling me like, did you hear about such and such and such? And I'm like, wait a minute.
Right.
And as somebody who writes on a daily basis, there are certain stories that I get, and like, my editors and things have been victims of stuff like that. It's like, I'm like, wait, where did this story come from?
Right.
I can find absolutely no links about this at all. Like this, I don't think this is real. Or there's just limited. Now I understand that there's certain stories that just don't get a lot of traffic, but there's just also certain shit that just never happened.
Right.
And I think from a journalistic standpoint, there's a lot of things now. People will write stories and like, a source will tell you, what is the source?
Right.
Is the source ChatGPT? Is the stories, you know what I'm saying? That's what, like, link the videos, link all that shit. And I'm wondering with stuff like this, especially on TikTok, because let me not say influencers. People are quick to like, let's talk about it. There's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about. Now, there are people in the comments who are like, I can't find anything about this story. And people are like, it's fake. But the thing is, so it's just a picture. It's not a video, right? And they turned
Red
off.
flag number one.
They turned off their stitches so people can't stitch it or anything. Or like, you can turn.
Why would you do that?
They did all this on purpose, and I feel like it's rage bait. I feel like it's race baiting, and I do not trust it. And so now I'm like, oh shit. And I was like kind of going through their pages, seeing what other. I think they have a whole bunch of fake stories on their page that they made up.
I really think that this is about to be. I will give it 4 years. This will be a movie.
I mean, it would be a good story.
Honestly,
it would be a good movie. I ain't gonna lie to you, though.
I mean, well, it's kind of giving Equalizer. It looks like it's already done. But, wow. That's
scary to me. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you good? Yeah. Oh, you don't seem good. You laid out. You laid out.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's just really terrifying to me.
It is scary.
Please make sure before you send in links to people, double check it.
Especially like your aunties and uncles and stuff like that, because they are so impressionable. Like, and I'm not even gonna say the aunties and uncles. Like, it's just certain. Anybody now can just get on the internet and say anything. Like, I remember Brandon was trying to get me to stop eating goldfish. Like, he saw some video, some guy was like, "This is why you should stop eating goldfish," and I was like, and I'm listening to the clip and I'm just like, says who?
Right.
Who said this? Is this from the FDA? Like, who said that there's something about goldfish that no, you're not taking my beloved snack away from me because of some white man that just wants to sell his own products of goldfish. Like, that's what it's giving.
Yeah.
That's just, not cool.
Literacy and media awareness. There's a better term. I don't know what it is. I'm drawing a blank right now. But y'all, don't fall for the okie doke.
That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
That's it in a nutshell. Just be careful about what y'all are reading and also you guys should know the internet, like, you should really tread softly with the internet regardless of what it is. I don't care if it's, food reviews, if it's, doctor reviews, things like that. Because people are spiteful out here.
Oh, for sure.
And people say things just to kind of like, steer you away from something that actually might be real and helpful. So, y'all are adults.
Act like it. Find your sources.
Yeah. I mean, y'all grew up in school. Y'all had to make work cited for your papers.
Yeah, okay.
It's the same shit.
It's the same shit.
It's the same shit, different
Find
day.
your sources.
Even your news does that. Like, if you're watching, like, David Muir Nightly News, like, he literally will say, according to our sister channel, ABC News in Washington State, they're going to sort, like, he's not about to get on there, or ABC's not about to get on there and lose their credibility. Millions of people are watching them.
Yep.
So before you send it to Uncle Charles and them, use your works cited.
Absolutely.
That's really it in a nutshell. So
find your sources.
Find your sources.
That's going to be the name of this episode.
I like it.
Find your sources.
I like it.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Yeah.
Oh. You want to do the last two?
Sure. So, the SuperSize Me dude died.
Damn.
That was very blatant.
It was, you know what?
That nigga dead.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not funny. That's not funny. R.I.P. to that man. But if you don't remember, SuperSize Me was a documentary that came out, oh my God, early 2000s maybe?
Probably.
Where this man ate nothing but McDonald's every day, all day, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 30 days, tracked his body and whatnot. But
2004.
2004. It's been 20 years.
Yep.
Wow.
Morgan Spurlock.
Yeah. So anyway, again, going through videos, finding stuff and information, because I did not know this about him. So here's some tea on the SuperSize Me man.
So the SuperSize Me guy passed away this week. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but I've had a personal vendetta against this man ever since he got rid of my supersize option from McDonald's, especially finding out that he lied throughout this entire doc. He said he strictly only ate McDonald's for 30 days, okay? So he was eating it morning, noon, and night, which, surprise, I think you're gonna be unhealthy. I think you're gonna have some health issues. And he did. In fact, his liver had fatty tissue in it, I guess. He'd gained like 25 pounds. And all of a sudden, all these other docs came out claiming that this actually sounds like alcoholism issues. And wouldn't you know it, he'd been binge drinking during that entire time. Actually, he's been binge drinking since he was 13 years old. After the doc came out, he made several $1 million from it on lies. McDonald's quietly got rid of their supersize option. And years later, he got ahead of the Me Too movement by publishing how he's a part of the problem because he too has essayed someone. And in this article, they're like, he's different than the others because he came out and confessed it ahead of time. He literally said he only did it because he knew he was next. He knew he was going to be next. He also had a harassment lawsuit against him that he settled because he had. I'm sure there's more on this guy, but I'm just so glad I'm no longer in high school and having to watch this documentary every time a gym teacher didn't know what he was doing with us for the day. Cheers, Morgan.
Yo. Yo. I don't know who she is, but I'm a fan.
But yeah, that man was drinking alcohol all throughout the SuperSize Me experiment. So, the stats and all of that he gave for this were invalid because he was binge drinking.
But
while doing the experiment.
I forgot I had makeup on my eyes. Totally forgot. This literally goes back to what we were just saying about your sources. So because something went viral, McDonald's, a global conglomerate, not just nationwide. You can go all the way to fucking Australia and get McDonald's. Might not taste the same, but still.
Japan
Okay, England, you can go anywhere.
The UAE, I think, has McDonald's.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And this one man who said, I'm going to eat McDonald's forever or every day for
30 days.
30 days. That caused McDonald's like, yeah, we're not doing the supersize no more.
Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
That's
I did not know. I never watched the documentary because I just kind of like watching somebody just eat McDonald's that
much.
Yeah. It was just, I'm like, okay, let's settle down here.
Yeah.
Eat some spinach. But that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
Rest in peace to that man, I guess. I don't know how to feel about that. And you sexual assaulting people.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't like it
but
either.
Find your sources, man. Like you can't just be out here. And you know what? I will say this, and and then we'll move on to the last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes these companies, I don't feel bad for them because y'all make drastic decisions, just like politicians. Y'all make drastic decisions that affect millions of people around the world, across the country, based off of one person that could be a potential. Like, look at Donald Trump, okay? Like, really. And I just don't understand why. I mean, I understand why companies make drastic moves because of, sponsorship and things like that. But I just think that companies need to do a little, like, y'all need to do your due diligence before you make drastic decisions based off of a lie. Now, granted, is anybody really missing the supersize me?
No.
From McDonald's? But at the end,
that girl said
she's pissed.
She's down bad for the supersize.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, look at what happened. So now, if McDonald's saw that young lady's video or read about what happened to that man and found out it was a lie, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Not only did you disappoint millions of people, you also got, like, that's money that you could have been making.
Yeah.
Based off of a documentary.
I mean, I don't feel that bad because it's like
no.
The supersize me is like I know America has like an obesity problem, yada yada. But I ain't gonna also say that McDonald's is the only contributing factor to obesity. Like,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like niggas are depressed, so we are eating our feelings.
Exactly.
I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. I was like, oh, so
that's very
and we know all about, in science class when you're like affecting your results in the experiment. So that experiment is invalid. That experiment is invalid.
That is insane.
So we would actually need someone to actually go back and actually eat McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 30 days without binging.
Not in this inflation.
Alcohol. Exactly. Ooh, child.
Not in this economy. Okay.
I went to McDonald's earlier today. It cost me $10. I was ready to rob the joint.
No, literally.
I was like, what you say, nigga?
Why is the sausage McMuffin $3?
10.57, nigga. Break yourself.
Yeah.
Like, wow. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I understand.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like that anytime I hear a total. Like, your total is $14 for what? For what?
For what?
For what?
What's the reason?
I don't understand it. But yeah, damn.
Yeah, crazy list.
Well, I will tell you who I was ready to run up on.
Who?
Apple.
Yes, she was.
Apple Music.
She felt very passionate about this, y'all.
Y'all know how I feel about music. That is my soulmates. Besides Luke, James, and Brandon. But so Apple Music put out their top 100 greatest albums of all time.
Allegedly.
You know what? And points were made. Because this shit right here, nigga, is ridiculous.
Crazy.
Not all of it, but just a few things that really piss me off. It's from 100 down.
You can hit so you can see it easier.
That's much. Yeah, that's. Did I do it right?
No. Oh.
What happened?
There we go.
Mm-hmm. Astroworld by Travis Scott even being on the list. Don't shoot me.
Have you heard it?
I have.
Oh, okay.
I have. I thought it was cool. Sicko Mode is great, but I don't think that greatest album of all time.
It did create a moment. It was a cultural. So when we were all together this past weekend, my thing was like after we like talked about it some more. My thing is I'm thinking this list is like based off of like albums that were like a culture, like a culture reset or a cultural moment.
What did Astroworld get but lawsuits?
Before the lawsuit, the kids were going up for that album. You can't lie to me, sis.
Which created a festival where people died.
Okay, but prior to that, I mean, again, it is a cultural moment. Niggas did die at the festival. I'm so sorry, but I mean, that is infamy.
I don't think it needs to be on the list. Like, I mean, maybe.
Continue.
I don't know. Lord, Pure Heroin. Okay.
Royals wasn't a cultural.
The song.
I'm doing the best. Okay.
The song.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And the fact that Usher's Confession is number 95. I'm ready to riot.
That's because you're an ultra Usher fan, though. You're a major Usher fan.
I just think this is way too low on the list. Like, it's giving, I would say, top 50. I think this is egregious. And then you're putting A Seat at the Table by Solange at number 93.
Now, that is crazy. That album should be higher. I agree with that.
You get what I mean? Like, it was a great album, but like before Confessions, are you kidding me?
I agree with
Same
that.
with Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator. You know, Tyler, the Creator.
I never listened to any Tyler, the Creator.
Really? Not even Goblin?
No, I don't know any Tyler, the Creator songs.
You probably do,
No,
and you just don't
no,
realize it.
no,
If I played one, you'd probably be like,
I'd be like,
oh,
sis,
this is Tyler, the
never
Creator.
heard of this.
Mary J. Blige, My Life, as number 86. That's ridiculous. That should actually be like top 30, if you ask me. Let's see. Get Rich or Die Trying, 50 Cent.
Shouldn't be on the list. But it was a cultural moment, so I get it. But
see, that's how I feel. I maybe like cultural moment is different for me. I do feel like that's a cultural moment. I don't really feel like Travis Scott. He didn't create. You weren't a part of that raves.
You weren't a part of that cultural moment because you were out. You were aged out of it, sis. So that's not your.
But somebody else already did it.
But that wasn't your cultural moment for your generation. That wasn't your generation. Now, you liking 50 Cent, that is your generation. That was your cultural moment. You're old.
Bad Bunny being on the list. Now, granted, we love Bad Bunny.
Cultural moment.
But you just got here.
The Puerto Ricans go out for him. They love him.
Sure. Now, this is where I lost my shit. SZA, SOS being at 72. Just because it won a Grammy does not mean it's one of the greatest albums of all time. And I feel like it's disrespectful to SZA's discography. If you're going to put one of her albums on the list, it needs to be Control or Nothing.
Again, I've never listened to any of SZA's music.
You never listened to Control?
No.
And then you know how,
I know how you feel.
I'm starting to kind of like, okay. Like, I never had I don't dislike SZA. I just don't understand what she's saying sometimes.
Yeah, that part.
You know what I'm saying? So you never listen to Control?
I can't understand what the fuck she's saying. Why would I listen to that?
Control was so good.
I love that for y'all.
De La Soul, 3 Feet High, 3 Feet High and Rising, iconic album. Yeah. Iconic album. Oh, shoot. What'd I do? Oh, okay. Iconic album. I think that's really high. It's really low on the list. De La, I think that should be.
It was at 70 something?
65.
That's not a bad number though.
I think Baduism, Erykah Badu at 64, I think is real good. I think that's a good placement for her.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now Sade, Love Deluxe at 61.
That's crazy to me.
You're smoking crack.
That's crazy to me.
You're smoking crack.
That's crazy.
Top 30. Easy.
Easy.
Now, Rihanna being Auntie.
Wrong album.
Wrong album. And I'm ready to die on that hill.
Same.
I'm ready to die.
I think this is one of the one things we both agree on that wrong album. And I like the Anti-album a lot, but wrong album.
If it's not loud or unapologetic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So glad we got that out of the way. Let me go. Okay, Drake, Take Care at 47. Oh.
Freaky ass nigga, he has 69. God.
I actually do think that this is a great placement for Drake. I think Take Care is top 3, one of his best albums. You know, actually Take Care, Nothing Was the Same. And then if you're reading This Is Too Late, that was his moment. That was his prime right there. After that, I don't know what happened. Intervisions by Stevie Wonder at 44. Control at 42.
I think that's solid. I think that's a solid placement for that.
I actually think that Control by Janet Jackson, wrong album, again.
Wrong album. Velvet Rope.
Where is Velvet Rope?
And then Velvet Rope should be in top 30.
I agree with that.
Yes.
I agree with, I agree with that. Let's see who else. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about Beyonce real quick. Beyonce,
The self-titled album.
self-titled album was number 36. I think that's a really high number. I really think that could be like in the 70s maybe.
I don't know. Compared to where Lemonade is at, I would rather switch them.
Yeah, if we had to switch them. So Lemonade was like number 10.
Something like that.
And Renaissance wasn't even on the list.
Crazy. Because that's a cultural moment.
That is, to this day.
Yes, to this day.
To this day. Ready to Die, the Notorious B.I.G. at 32. Okay, so now this is a Billie Eilish stand account right here. But when we all fall asleep, where do we go? Cut it out. Cut it out. We not doing that. Like I said, sis is great. But again, just because it won a bunch of Grammy, let me shut up. Let me shut up. Because you know who's not on this list? Who won a bunch of Grammys? And I think that's ridiculous, is Miss Alicia Keys.
Not on the list at all.
Neither one, like her first two albums, neither one of them was on the list.
Crazy.
And you're talking about a moment?
A cultural moment?
Even for me, I had the braids and everything. I wanted to be Alicia Keys.
I mean, everybody was singing when American Idol came out. I keep on falling. Everybody auditioned with that damn song.
And then Diary came out?
Yeah.
Are you crazy, Apple? You're insane. You said something about a Tribe Called Quest, the low end theory. You think that should be a little...
I think it should be higher.
It's at 29. So where are you talking top 15?
Top 20.
Okay.
Yeah, I would put top 20.
Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Wrong album.
I don't know.
Wrong album.
I think Kanye has way too many iconic albums. It's kind of hard to put one on here. I mean, not like the I'm Bipolar, definitely not his recent shit.
No,
absolutely not.
No, we're definitely talking about
anything after Life of Pablo, forget it. But yeah, I think Kanye is difficult.
Yeah.
I think Kanye is difficult.
But not with that. Wrong album.
Which one did you say?
I would go with Late Registration.
Okay. I'll put it there. Let's see what else. I'm going to go into the tops. They got 1989 by Taylor Swift, Taylor's version on here.
She the only Taylor Swift fan on this account.
Okay, first of all, for all my somewhat Swifties out there, we all know that 1989 is cool, but not Taylor's version. And if you're going to put a Taylor Swift album on there, it's Red or nothing. But Marvin Gaye was going on at 17.
I'll allow it.
And then Adele, 21 at 15. Okay. I think we had a very interesting conversation about Jay-Z.
We did.
Very interesting.
We did.
So Jay-Z, The Blueprint is number 13. And we were saying that, actually, sis kind of schooled me on that because I was kind of like, maybe The Blueprint 2 or My Life in Times Volume 2. And then the Black Album was also a really good argument.
Yes.
Kind of went through like the
discography
of those albums. Okay.
Yeah, they picked the right one.
Got it.
They got the right one.
Even though I also think like Kanye West, if they put the Black Album here, I kind of would get it.
Yeah, sure. For sure.
But I'm not putting Beyonce Lemonade over Jay-Z. I don't care.
Yeah, not Lemonade. No.
You're insane. Now, Renaissance, sure.
I can't believe Renaissance is not on this list.
I mean,
That's
I think that's kind of disrespectful to put Renaissance over The Blueprint. That's kind of crazy. I do. That's all right. Yeah, I kind of dragged it.
Yeah, you did.
No, I'm saying I stand by what I said. Like Renaissance should be on the list, but not over The Blueprint. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
No.
We'll do a poll after this.
Yeah, you know what, we will, because we'll
do a poll after.
Back to Black, Amy Winehouse, that's top 10, number 8.
That tracks.
Amy Winehouse?
She was a cultural moment, and people love her.
Not number 8.
What number?
She's number 8.
What number would she be then?
93?
You're smoking.
Okay, maybe top 50, but no. I think number 8
People love that album, Sharelle. You're wild.
I think number 8 is ridiculous.
You're wild.
Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick Lamar is number 7.
Wrong album.
Yeah.
It should have been Damn.
Pimp a Butterfly.
Excuse me?
Pimp a Butterfly.
It should be Damn. It should be the album that he won a Pulitzer for, which is Damn. That's a culture. Is that not a cultural moment? Is that not a cultural moment?
You know what? With Kendrick, I actually think all 3 of his albums were cultural moments.
Fair.
Because when Good Kid, Mad City came out, especially with him like really opening up about his family and stuff like that, that was amazing. And then when To Pimp a Butterfly came out, like, I don't know about y'all, but I would cry when I heard All Right and things like that. It kind of showed his like
pro-blackness.
Very pro-blackness. And then Damn was, I guess, more of like his emotional side, I guess.
I don't know, but it's so good.
So I think that's valid.
No skips.
And
listen, I'm glad they didn't put Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers on there. That's all I gotta say.
Nah, I really would have.
What the hell?
I would have caught a flight.
Yo.
Cut it out.
Come on.
Then they literally put Blonde by Frank Ocean over Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder.
Everyone's on crack. They're on crack at Apple Music.
The fact that Blonde even made this list after we waited damn near 7 years for this. If you're going to put a Frank Ocean album on here, it's Channel Orange, but it damn sure ain't top 5. You're insane. And how dare you put that over Stevie Wonder? Even Stevie Wonder saw this bullshit, okay?
Damn.
All right. Number 4 was Purple Rain by Prince. Then The Beatles, Abbey Road. And this is where I'm ready to riot. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill by Lauryn Hill being number 1 over Michael Jackson Thriller.
That's crazy.
When y'all are ready to have a real conversation about Lauryn Hill and the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, please call at me. I'm over it. It is an amazing album. It's groundbreaking, but you are not about to sit here and say that that is the best album of all time.
They have been deep throating that album for 20 years.
And it's enough. It's dry. The mouths are dry. Enough. You're at a lotion with the jacking off. Enough. 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 I'm sick of it. And when you're ready to have that conversation, DM me, call me. I will get on live with y'all and we'll debate this shit all day. There is 20 albums on this list alone that's better than The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Get out of here.
So they ended up like bringing her in and giving her an actual award and whatnot. And
was she on time?
Great. Also, she also mentioned she's finally going to release a second album.
Cut.
To me, it seems like a publicity stunt in a sense, just to get her ass out there and say, "Hey, I'm releasing a second album."
We don't care.
I do not care.
We don't care.
I do not care. I don't want it. They've been rotting this album for 20 years that I don't even want her to release. Like,
I don't care.
You can't. You're not gonna make it. I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
And when y'all are ready to admit that you're not interested, like, stop. Like, she put out an iconic album, like, and it definitely set a standard. But making it the number 1 album over Thriller?
Over Thriller is
Are you kidding me? There's not enough Michael Jackson albums on here if we're going to talk about it. There's 2 Prince albums on here. And only 1 Michael Jackson album. That's insane. Where's Off the Wall?
Ooh, Off the Wall was good.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You gotta be smoking crack here.
Off the Wall was really good.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think they all came out like at the same time.
Yeah.
But Lauryn Hill put out 1. And that's the greatest album of all time.
Coasting on that album for 20 years.
20 fucking years. Mary J. Blige done put out 4 more albums better than that since then. That Lauryn Hill wrote. Co-wrote.
Damn.
Y'all holler at me when y'all ready to argue that. Because I don't care.
Cold world.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
another one who ain't on the list. Where's 2014 Forest Hills Drive? What?
It's not a cultural moment.
What wasn't?
It's not a cultural.
Huh?
It's not a cultural.
What? 2014 Forest Hills Drive wasn't?
It's not a cultural moment.
So.
It's not, sis. It's your cultural moment.
It was a cultural moment. If Drake and Kendrick Lamar was on here.
It probably would have been. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, sis. Hey, but you can listen to Grippy.
Nah, I ain't listen to that shit.
That shit was horrible.
I ain't even listen to it.
No, you're gonna be embarrassed if you listen to it.
Listen, J. Cole, we all know I love him to death. I love that man so much. But like he is the uncle that supports all the young kids.
And I wish he had not.
He got to stop doing that. You got to stop.
You're gonna be so embarrassed if you
got to stop doing that. You got to stop doing that.
You're gonna be so embarrassed, sis.
You got to stop doing that. All right. Everybody doesn't need that support. I'm
no,
sorry.
None.
Right. Out here looking like Drake with Sexy Red. All
Damn.
right?
When I see you stand by Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad bitches.
Damn.
That's what he said. I didn't say that.
He did say that.
He did say that. All right. That's it for this week's show. You guys didn't leave any reviews. Yeah. And I done checked both of them. I done checked the YouTubes. I done checked.
Y'all were doing so well.
And look at y'all.
Damn.
Flunked already. F.
Damn.
And y'all suck. Yeah, how about that? How about that? Yeah, anyway, please be sure to follow us on all of our social medias.
Yeah.
We're on Twitter at Headwrappod. We're on Instagram at Headwraps and Lipstick. Check out our Facebook page, Headwraps and Lipstick, the podcast. Go to our website, www.headwrapsandlipstick.com, where we have crew necks and t-shirts that are for sale, but not on sale. We have a Cashapp. You can send us money, $Headwrappod if you feel like it. Lastly, we are on a bunch of streaming platforms, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. If you had left 5 stars in the review, we would have read the review on the air, but you didn't do that, did you?
Now we dragging you like I'm dragging Lauryn Hill.
Damn. How about that? Anyway, sis.
Yeah, no. For the sake of time, I'm not even going to give y'all a joke.
Ooh.
Damn.
Look at that.
Okay.
You see what happens when you don't leave reviews?
It ain't shit funny when you put her in number 1.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Well, see y'all next week, then.
Peace.
Bye.
Ciao.